fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we are going to be diving deep into all of the new Oden's Eye single shadows, and at the time that you're watching this, they should already be live. So I figured we could go ahead and swatch all of the new shades, and I have never done any content on their single shadows because when they sent them to me the first time around was right when I was moving into my house. I just couldn't make time for it, but I have all of them right here. So I thought, let's go ahead and swatch out the entire Oden's Eye Single Shadow Collection, everything that they've ever made. They also came out with magnetic palettes. They're both super beautiful. This one holds 12 shadows and it just looks like this. And then I believe that 30 fit into this bigger one. Again, same packaging, very beautiful. Oh wait, I forgot I have another shadow in here. Oh, we almost forgot one. If you are wanting to purchase from Oden's Eye, I do have an affiliate code with them. It's just AMYLOVES. I can't remember if it takes you 10% or 15% off your purchase, but it does save you a decent little amount and it will apply to all of these single shadows. Okay, let's start swatching. We're gonna do all of the new shadows first, and I tried to section them out a little bit. So we're gonna start off with all of the like really light iridescent shades. No particular order. So we've got the shade Lily, which is a really beautiful kind of soft, like whitened yellow. Love the, oh wow, okay. Super smooth, and it has a really beautiful shift of green and pink. It's crazy because I feel like looking at the texture in the pan, it looks like it's gonna be a little powdery, but it is extremely silky. So there's Lily. Fun fact, if you don't know it, lilies are extremely poisonous to cats. So if you ever have them in your house and you have cats, you need to not. Next we have the shade Luna, which this also feels pretty silky, and it's just a white with a purple iridescence to it. Very pretty, but not necessarily as jaw-dropping as Lily is. And then we've got a shade right here, which is called Scarlet. And this looks like an intense, like chunkier white to purple shift. So very similar to the previous one, just much thicker, more intense, a little less silky. Oh yeah, it kind of feels like a cream shadow. Like it's pretty, but I don't know if that's gonna be the most user-friendly. I almost feel like that would be a beautiful highlighter. Oh my gosh, but it does look really pretty, right? Okay. I definitely have to play with that. And then we've got this shade here called Freya. Oh, I bet Karen's loving this. Okay, this is like a chunky white to blue shade. Very similar texture to the previous one. It feels like a cream shadow for sure. I'm not sure how these are labeled. I don't know if you can see that, but it is pretty much a cream. I mean, it's fun because it has like a really beautiful shine to it. Okay, next we have the shade Zoe, and this looks like a really beautiful white with a pink, very strong pink shift, and this one is back to that like soft, silky texture. Really pretty. I think there might even be a little bit of yellow going on. I'll show you all of these with my mirror so you can see the reflection in just a second. Oh yeah, it has a strong yellowy green shift. Could not see it right away, but that is stunning. And then we've got a shadow that I'm dropping. This one is called Alara. Ooh, so this one feels chunky and smooth at the same time. Like it's a thicker texture, but it's not a cream shadow, but it's not as silky as the other ones. Like this is a different texture altogether for sure. And it's kind of like this white, green, blue shifting multi-chrome, like super pretty. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Holy cannoli. Am I right? Okay. And then lastly, for the iridescent shades, we've got Angelica. Oh, wait, why are all these names are so cute? Okay, I definitely saw when I was looking through, I can't remember if it was this set or the older set, a bunch of names that sound like Sex in the City. And I'm actually watching that for the first time since it dropped on Netflix. And I thought it was so cute. I think I'm a Charlotte, but there's what Angelica looks like. It's like this beautiful gold, green, purple, just Beautiful multi-chrome again. And this one, I would say kind of similar texture to the previous one where it's like a little bit thicker, but it's still smooth. It's not a chunky shade by any means, but you know it's gonna be intense. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is my washer. There's what they look like, but then we bring the mirror in and you can definitely see those shifts happening. So beautiful. Wow. Okay, next we have a few kind of bluey green type shades. So first we have Sif, which this looks like a soft, like blue, purple, teal kind of shade. You can see it's got a purple base and a light teal shift to it. I would describe this one as just like a silky duochrome. Should we keep doing these one by one? I don't know. They're so beautiful though. Look at that. Wow. Okay, and then we've got kind of like this gunmetal-y, like silver with like a touch of a blue undertone. It's called VE. Just like a really beautiful grungy shimmer, and it just looks like one shade. I don't really see any like shift or anything else really happening with that one, but it does have beautiful sparkles to it. For sure. I mean, look at that. And then this shade looks above and beyond so pretty. It's like this bright turquoise with a pink shift running through it. It's called Jade. It does look a little chunky. Okay, it's like that thick, creamy, like very wet feeling shadow. I'm so curious to play with that formula on my eyes and just see what's going on because it looks stunning, but it also just feels like a cream shadow. Like, wow. Okay, and then we've got another kind of turquoise-esque shade here. This one is called Logan. Okay, this is more of a true metallic shadow again. Kind of a turquoise base and a green shift. Is that fuzzy? Is it cat hair? Goodness gracious, okay. This has a shift to it for sure. Very, very pretty. Wow. It kind of reminds me a little bit of my shade Lavender, but this turquoise-esque shift is much stronger. Like it's a little bit more vibrant, a little bit more colorful. So beautiful. Okay. Should we fit the other greens here? I think we can. We've got a yellow here. Let's see. This one is called Daisy. Oh, that's cute. My parents have a dog named Daisy. Just a super soft yellow, and it is this one looks soft and metallic, but it does also kind of have that like putty feeling to it. Kind of feels like Play-Doh almost. But I love a good yellow shadow, so not mad at that at all. And then we've got this really vibrant kind of like green gold bronzy shade. It's called Carter. Very stunning, like just, oh my gosh. Wow. I feel like you guys are mostly seeing the gold, but I'm seeing more green and turquoise. And then we've got another more vibrant, like foresty green. This one is called Aden. I don't know if you guys need to see that. Hopefully you can hear what I'm saying mostly, but it's another very vibrant green, blue, shifting multi-chrome. They look kind of similar, but I'm sure once I swatch them out, they won't be. Okay, yeah, Aden has way more teal to it. We've got this like grungy green. This is called Nils. It's like an olive. Okay. That one feels more like a traditional shadow versus everything else I've swatched so far, but it's really pretty. It has like this olive green base and almost like a subtle like taupey shift through it. Like it doesn't look like something that you would just be obsessed with, but it's different. It's unique. Oh my goodness. Wow, that is such an unexpectedly stunning shade. I feel like you guys can't even You can't even see how grungy and like murky that is in person. Hopefully with my mirror you will in just a second. But one last green-esque shade here. This looks like a really intense multi-chrome and it looks extremely sparkly. Okay, yeah, it's got like this like plum base and green and orange shifts and green sparkles. I feel like I could have put this here as well because of like how plummy the base is, but that's with multi-chromes. When you're trying to divide and conquer, you really just have to guess. Oh yeah, that's definitely more purple. But the sparkles, oh my goodness, very pretty. Okay, and then there's what they look like. You can see the shifts a little bit better. So pretty. Okay, let's get into these like pinky red fiery shades. So starting off, we have this beautiful like peachy pink with a gold shift. This is called Grace. Looks really pretty. Oh yeah, okay, that's a multi-chrome. Look at that. It's got peachy base, but then like pink, green, gold, like I wouldn't say gold, yellow shifts to it. Very beautiful. Again, unexpected, but it has a very soft, silky, metallic texture to it. So there's Grace. And then we've got, it's kind of like a pewtery pink shade. This one's called Madi. Definitely a little bit more on the chunky side. And actually this is another shade where it's just one tone, but it's very beautiful. No extra shifts or anything, but still very shiny. I mean, Jesus. Like you don't even need a shift. Just look at how that's catching the light. Wow. Okay, and then we've got like this more corally shade. This one is called Oscar. Okay. This one again feels more like a traditional shadow and it kind of just looks like a coral peach. Not really seeing any extra shifts or anything happening. Very cute. Next we have the shade Mason and this looks so beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like this pinky base and this golden green shift. It looks thick and chunky. Yeah, this is another one of those kind of like cream-esque shadows. I'm not even ready for this. Oh, it has blue in it too and pink and green. Holy crap. I feel like that just took over the previous swatch and I really didn't mean for it to, but oh my goodness. Wow. And then we've got this like orangey shade. This is one of the ones that was already broken. This is called Sol, which means sun, at least in Spanish. And it's definitely a very sunny, like orange, more traditional type shadow. Maybe that's why it broke, just because it is a little bit more powdery versus some of these other ones that are very, very creamy. And then we've got this like orange, red, green multi-chrome. This one is called Theo. Definitely a little bit more on like the grungy, deeper multi-chrome side. And this one feels, it feels silky. It doesn't feel like overly thick or creamy. There we go. And then lastly for that row, we have this like red, green shifty shadow called Loki. Okay, that one feels more like a traditional powder, but it's very, very sparkly. Wow, that is so pretty. Look at that. The sparkles are insane. There's like a beautiful, super strong red shift. There's green and gold. I mean, look at that. I hope you can see. There you go. A little bit better, the bottom shades. Very, very shifty. Next, let's get into some of these purple and blues. They look so stunning. So first we've got this light lavender shade. It's called I Done. It's a very soft lavender. And this one does feel a little bit more like a cream shadow, but it's kind of in between. It's not like super putty, but it has that texture to it a little bit. Super pretty. So shiny. We've got more of like a taupey purple shade. This one is called Albin. Sorry, there's an L there I missed. She looks very sparkly. Just like a really pretty soft neutral shade. So there's Albin. Gorgeous. We've got Saga. So another really pretty kind of soft purple taupe, but this one definitely has more purple to it and it just has a really beautiful metallic shine. Definitely a little bit more on the subtle side compared to everything else, but I mean, it still looks stunning. Okay, we've got this purple, which is called Nana. Okay, definitely a little bit thicker, just very, very beautiful. It's like a lilac-y purple with a blue shift to it. Gorge. We've got Oden. Nice. Which is a deeper purple. Has like a little bit of like a gray blueness to it. And then it also has, I don't know, maybe like a subtle pink shift. Like it's not in your face, but it is very beautiful. Look how pretty that is. It's like some blue sparkle to it. And then we've got this purple here, which is called Wyatt. Looks like such an intense purple blue. Wow, that's so pretty. Very, very strong. And I love that the purple here is like a true purple and not an indigo, because I feel like I've seen this color before like a million times where it's an indigo purple with a blue shift. But this has like a little bit more brightness to it. So pretty. Wow. And lastly here, we've got a really deep purple that looks like it has like a greeny base to it. This is another one that came broken. It's called Braggy. Okay, let's see. And it does feel like a more traditional shadow. Has like a black base and a plum shift. Definitely one for the grungy shadow lovers. I mean, look at that. Stunning. And then there you can see the shifts a little bit better. Okay, so let's get through these mattes really quickly because they're a little bit less exciting, at least to me. I don't know, I'm all about the shimmers. So we've got the shade Casper, which looks like a soft kind of like pinky mauve matte tone. We've got a like rosy pink here, which is called William. It's funny, I've already seen like multiple of my cousins' names in here. Super cute. And then we've got a soft peach. This one is called Agnes. And these feel nice. They feel creamy. They feel like a traditional matte shadow, like pretty good. I'll definitely have to obviously play with them on the eyes and let you know in the future. Okay, they're looking a little soft. I saw some swatches of these and I thought they'd be like uber pigmented, but maybe they're just like, let me see, just a little bit more on the buildable side. Okay, I had to pause because my boyfriend brought me breakfast and I was just like sitting here like trying to eat, not getting the swatches messed up. Let's keep going. We've got a beautiful red here, which is called Linnea. Just looks like a true red. Ooh, that feels super creamy. Wow, that feels really nice. Oh yeah, that's gorgeous. Huh, I wonder if my skin just wasn't taking to these other shadows at first because I've swatched so many things and sometimes that tends to happen, especially with matte shadows. Yeah, that's looking way better. Let's just do a whole nother round here. Next, we have this beautiful soft purple. This is called Joseph. I love that the imprint on these is going to stay a little bit longer than these shimmers. It looks so cute. It's like, There's no bright yellow here, but for me it's giving yellow brick road. And then we've got a little bit more of a Barney purple. This one is called Hella. We've got a bright turquoise matte. This one is called Anton. Next we have this beautiful like midnight blue that I accidentally dug my fingers in. Looks so pretty. We've got a really soft kind of like light gray blue. It's called Virgo, right? No, Vigo. Oh my gosh, I can't read for the life of me. Super smooth, very, very pale. And then we've got this beautiful kind of olivey green. This one's called Ebba. Oh wow, that's super pretty. It's funny because some of these feel more pigmented than others. Some of them feel more buildable. I feel like if it was me and I, you know, have a little budget, I'm trying to decide where to purchase and spend my money on with this collection, I would definitely focus more on the shimmers. Got this dark kind of foresty green. This one is called Bury. This looks like that. And then last but not least, we have a plum called Jord. That's super pretty. It's like a plummy brown. Okay, so there you have it. There's all of the mattes swatched out. Okay, so I'm pulling out the older shades so we can start swatching them. I think let's start off with these blues and greens right here. So we've got this beautiful like turquoisey blue. This one is called Jacob. Just like just one shade. Doesn't really have a shift or anything to it, but it looks super cute. And then we've got this bright green called Ingrid. And it looks, okay, it's very foiled and it looks like it has a yellowy kind of shift to it. That's cute. We've got Justin, which is a true green. Again, that one's just one shade, not quite as special. I feel like there are so many single shadows out there. I really want to make sure I'm telling you guys when something is standing out or not. Next we have this green, which is called John. See, again, feels like a traditional shade. No shift or anything. A little bit powdery, honestly. We've got Gabriel, which this shade looks so pretty. It's like this soft, like olive shimmer, but again, just one shade, no shiftiness. We've got Kevin. Okay, that's really cute. It's like a lime green kind of murky base with a pastel bluey purple shift. I like that one a lot. Okay, there's Kevin. So cute. That's definitely my favorite so far of the older shades. Next we have this like turquoise grungy shade called Christopher. Okay. Very beautiful, very shiny, but again, I feel like the new shades are just so much more special. There's what Christopher looks like. And then we've got Noah, which looks like it has a little bit of a deeper base and a green kind of flip to it, but it's more on the subtle side, a little bit more on the powdery side. So there's the green older shades or existing shades in their line. Okay, so next we've got some more bluish shades, but I guess we're starting off with kind of a yellowy iridescent tone. This one is called Ella. Yeah, it looks like a white with a golden shift to it. Very pretty. And then we've got another iridescent shade. This one's called Lola. This looks like a really beautiful white with purple and blue and green. Definitely looks like an iridescent multi-chrome. Has a little bit more of that creamy, like foiled feel. That one's really pretty. Definitely really like Lola. Oh wait, why did I swatch that one instead of this one? And then we've got this shade right here, which is called Nicholas. And it looks like a really pretty blue, and it has maybe a little bit of periwinkle to it. But it's very powdery. There's Lola. Definitely another favorite, Lola and Kevin so far. We got that one. Okay, next we have like a cobalt blue shade. This is called Daniel. Okay, feels a little more like powdery as well. It has some shine to it for sure. And then we've got Anthony, which looks like a grungy kind of purple blue shade. Just a little bit deeper. That one does feel smoother to the touch for sure. Very shiny, very pretty. We've got David, which I would say is more of a true indigo. I was like trying to decide whether to put this with the purples or the blues, because you could really go either way with that shade. Okay. And then lastly, we have a shade here called Dimitri, which looks like a purpley blue. Okay, and it has a little tiny bit of an orange shift to it, but it's more on the subtle side. I can show you with the mirror too. I think I forgot for the last set, but it's because they weren't as shifty. Okay, next we have this mixture of like some bronzy shades, some fiery shades. We're making it happen, okay? And then we've got the shade James, and this looks like a really pretty bronzy tone. It has some sparkle to it. Very cute. We've got Nora, which looks like kind of like a soft, like goldeny silver. It has some really pretty shine to it. I like that one as well. We've got Marius. This looks like a multi-chrome, but like a softer, more subtle one. It's kind of got some green, some orange, some gold. I feel like the multi-chromes in the new collection are just so much more intense. Okay, it's a little bit of a thicker shadow, but it does look really pretty. Like, look at that. Gorgeous. I think this one might be the shade I'm the most excited about. It looks like the prettiest red to ever exist. It's called Leon. Okay, it's a little bit powdery to the touch, but look at that. I'm just gonna swatch it by itself. That is definitely a standout shade for sure. We've got this peachy shade called Eden. It looks like pink and gold and green. This looks like it's gonna be promising. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Look at that. And then we've got the shade Charlotte, which of course I mentioned earlier. It looks like a really beautiful hot pink base with kind of some gold and green shimmer through it. I really like that as well. Wow, okay. This is like my favorite section so far, honestly. All of these are stunning. Okay, and then we've got the shade Olivia, a little One Direction reference here. Looks kind of like a peachy yellow base with a peachy shift to it. Again, a really pretty, kind of just soft neutral option. That's so pretty. I can't believe that I haven't played with these yet. I'm ashamed. Okay, next we have some more like fiery orange and golden type shades. So we've got Lucy, which just looks like a true orange. I don't know, it's kind of giving Leo energy, that kind of shade. I don't know. Super pretty. I'm not always like the first person to gravitate to an orange, but I think it's really nice. And then we've got the shade Noe, which this one looks very strange. I don't know if you can tell. It just looks like a cream shadow. I don't know what's happening here. Oh yeah, it is just a cream shadow. Okay. It's got that same like putty feeling. You can really see. Huh. Okay. Very fun to stick your finger in. There's what it looks like. It's kind of like this mixture of pink and blue and green and gold, purple. Like there's a lot going on there. I'll definitely show you that one with my mirror. And then we've got the shade Isabella, which this also looks like a multi-chrome. You've got some green, gold, pink, very shiny. I feel like that would look so beautiful with a warm eye look. It's funny because this shade, I can't remember what it was called. Was it Noe, I think? It has that cream feel, but it's not that intense. Like the other shadows that we just swatched that were creamy from the new collection are insane. And then this one's kind of like, oh, it's pretty, but it's not like standing out. Like this shade, the traditional shimmer, looks more shiny. So I think that maybe if you tried this and you weren't like, oh my gosh, impressed, the newer ones feel better. We've got this like peachy golden shade. This one is called Maja. Yeah, it's like a gold with a green and peach shift to it. Very, very shiny. We've got a true gold here. This one is called Victoria. I mean, it's pretty. It's not really necessarily doing anything for me. We've got this like bronzy tone called Laura. It just looks like a pretty neutral. It's kind of giving Natasha Denona gold palette. And then lastly here, we've got this like peachy gold, which is called Samantha. This looks like that. It's a little bit more of a chunky shimmer. Very pretty. Okay. So actually I feel like that row, they did go together, right? Not the worst organization I've ever done. And there's what those ones look like. We can see the shift just a bit more. Okay, so all we have left is this really cute row of purples and then like some purpley pink, silvery-esque shades. So let's jump into it. We've got this light purple here called Emma. Just looks like a soft purple. It does have like a nice little shine to it, but nothing else really going on. We've got this shade Judy, which looks very intense. It's like a stunning purple, green, gold type of shade, and it's just a little bit on the lighter side, like more of a soft multi-chrome, but still very, very shifty. And then we've got this shade here called Angela. Ooh, that one feels like a cream shadow. Not like you can stick your finger in as much, but it definitely does not feel like a powder shadow at all. There's what Angela looks like. Actually, the more you play with it, the more malleable it is. That's so pretty. We've got this brighter purple. This one is called Emily. That one is just one tone. We've got Ava. Just like more of a pinky purple. Again, just the one shade, no shifts or anything. We've got Thor. Ooh, which is a very silky multi-chrome, but it's got like a black base and a green and pink shift. This is definitely like my least favorite kind of multi-chrome. Like, I don't know. I just never reach for shades like that. And I never really feel like they're worth the price because it's not what I like to wear. Definitely personal preference though. Then we've got this really bright purple called Stella. Okay, yep, just one tone. There is Stella. And yeah, not my favorite section, but here's what they look like. See, there's a little bit of shifty action happening. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I'm finally saying last but not least. We've got this little section here, which I feel like looking at these colors, these would be ones I would reach for a lot. So starting off, we have this really pretty true silver shade, which is called Samuel. Oh, and it feels pretty metallic, feels pretty soft to the touch. We've got this like purpley silver almost, which is called Chloe. Okay, that one is a little bit thinner than the silver shade, but still really cute. And then we've got more of a pewter shade here, which is called Robert. Ooh, Again, kind of one tone, but very shiny. So many sparkles on me right now, but look how pretty that is. Gorgeous. Some very cute cool tones. We've got Luke, which looks like a little bit of a deeper gray with some purple sparkles through it. Oh, it's actually more neutral than I thought. Then we've got two pinks here. We've got Mia, which is just a soft pink with a slight kind of like white shimmer through it. And then we've got Ivy, which kind of looks like a rosy pink. All right, you guys, there you have it. That is every single Oden's Eye single shadow swatched. I have so many shadows here now. I'm just gonna put them together, new and old, it doesn't matter. I think I'm gonna organize these real quick and then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Alrighty, y'all, so I kind of tried to organize, maybe like make some neutrals here and then put more of the colors here. Kind of hard to organize because there's so many shadows and I don't really have a palette big enough for all of it, and I'm kind of trying to rush to get this video up, but there you go. There's the entire collection. I would say that overall, I definitely like the new releases more than the older ones. They definitely feel more special, more interesting, but I think these seem really nice and I'm excited to play with them more, you know, figure out what my favorites are, and I really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. So I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.